yẹ káwé ká sùn ẹ̀ka ẹ̀lẹ́kùn dédé àsìkò yà pẹ́ẹ́tọ́ tó lè ta ìjíṣò ìlú àbáyé èdè ní 10th of November 2020.
やばいやばい、白髪が消えてるって消えてる消えてる。シャンプーで洗っただけでこんなに月1で染めても白髪生えてくる人。
tí o yẹ káwé ká sùn ẹ̀ka ẹ̀lẹ́kùn dédé àsìkò yà pẹ́ẹ́tọ́ tó lè ta ìjíṣò ìlú àbáyé èdè ní 10th of November 2025. Fídíò mẹ́ta kan ni mo wá fún yín tó ṣọ̀pá aláìsí. Àkọ́kọ́ kí Trump tó sọ̀rọ̀, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì nígbà tí Trump sọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní kan bọ́ta ó ní there is genocide in Nigeria, ó láwọn Fúlàní láwọn pààyàn gidi ni, ó ní tí wọ́n bá kó àwọn Fúlàní agbésùnmọ̀mí tí wọ́n bá kó wọn wọ State House ní èní, ó ní wọ́n tó jọ ọmọ ọdún gangan olóòlù dé State House. Ó tún pẹrẹpẹrẹ ọ̀rọ̀ o báwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí ṣe ń lọ sí State House tó lè yẹ pé ìjọ kẹta tó bá wọ State House báyìí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pa anybody ni, bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa àwọn Christian tínú wọn ń dùn, bí wọ́n ṣe ń bọ́ǹbù chọ́ọ̀chì tínú àwọn ń dùn, táwọn ń jó táwọn ń yọ̀, kó tó kó padà wá backfire táwọn ọmọ kó bọ́ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ṣe máa padà rí lélẹ́yìn. Fúlàní tú gbogbo àṣírí yẹn ní ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ẹ pé mo sọ pé fídíò mẹ́ta lẹ máa wò, ẹ máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu Yorùbá kí Trump tó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí insecurity Nàìjíríà wípé àwọn ń bọ̀ wá kọjú àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí. Then after tí Trump sọ̀rọ̀, that same Yorùbá man ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀kìnlẹ̀ sọ pé wọn kì í ṣe Yorùbá, ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ bá wò Fúlàní yẹn fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé Fúlàní lòun, àmọ́ bóyá àwọn náà lè máa fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé Yorùbá làwọn o, ọ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wo ṣó yìí ẹ lè sọ pé Yorùbá ni wọ́n. Ẹ máa gbọ́n tí wọ́n sọ kí Trump tó sọ̀rọ̀. Lẹ́yìn tí Trump sọ̀rọ̀ tán ẹ máa tún gbọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń fi tọ́rọ́, wọ́n ṣe ń fi ẹ̀bà lẹ tọ́rọ́ lójú fún wa tí wọ́n ń pè ní sísì. Kí ló dé báyìí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? Èmi ṣàfọlọ́hún bẹ̀yìn ni o, ẹ má jẹ́ kí Trump kó kọjú àdó olóró sílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bóyá kẹ máa lọ nọ́ọ̀tì, ẹ bá pè fẹ́ bá Trump jà, Yorùbá sọ pé fẹ́ bá Trump jà. Bóyá kẹ máa lọ sí nọ́ọ̀tì torí àwọn Fúlàní ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ó kẹ́yìn tèmi kú ọjọ́ ajé o, ẹni Monday ọjọ́ ajé, ajé àfilẹ̀ mi àti ní ṣèbùgbé. Àárín náà àárín lò tẹ bá ti ń wo ṣó yìí, wọ́n wà gbé láti share fídíò, ẹ tẹ tán pọ̀ lórí ẹ̀, èyí tẹ́ ti follow wa Yorùbáwùyí àti Rìnkè nílò Yorùbáwùyí lórí YouTube, ẹ follow wa kílẹ̀ ń lóde. A wà lórí Facebook, a wà lórí TikTok. Ẹ jókòó dáadáa, kẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì, kẹ́ lè enjoy show yìí, kẹ́ wá fi opinion yín sí comment section. Your opinion is well appreciated. Kẹ́ bá wa sọ, ṣé Fúlàní ló ń sòótọ́ ni àbí Yorùbá ló ń sòótọ́? Yorùbá ń sọ ẹ wo ẹ jẹ́ kájọ wò, ẹ farabalẹ̀, ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ wá nǹkan fìdílé àbí kẹ́ fìdílé nǹkan, ẹni tó bá mú nǹkan gbé nǹkan sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Èní ọjọ́ Monday Èkó ní gbàgbà kúgbà ọjọ́ fàájì ni, lẹ́yìn tó tẹ́ni bá jẹ́ off there ẹ já gbọ́, wá fi opinion tí ń sí comment section. Kálẹ̀ tó ṣe làákàyè láàrin ọ̀rọ̀. Now listen to this.
But ní ìsìn ó lè bàjẹ́ ẹni tó bá kàn lọ́mọ o. Fúlàní kan máa lé àwọn èèyàn kánú gbó, ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bàjẹ́ gbogbo ìtàn sọ pé wọ́n ba Fúlàní jẹ́ irọ́ ni o, ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa wàláhì. So wọ́n máa lé àwọn èèyàn ká nínú gbó. So ọ̀nà ọ̀dá mọ́tò ọmọ rìn lọ́nà tó ṣe kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ gan bá fẹ́ lé ọmú yóò lé ọmú. So ẹni tó fẹ́ dáná wọ́n ti bo mọ́tò ìbọn gidi tí wọ́n ń yìnbọn sókè pé don't think we are joking. Àwọn pa gbogbo yín ni kọ́lọ́ndà kọ́kọ́ ṣàánú wa. So kò sí fọkànbalẹ̀ kankan bì, kò sí fọkànbalẹ̀ kankan, kọ́lọ́n ọba kó jẹ́ kó wà.
This is what he said before Trump's speech. Kí Trump tó sọ̀rọ̀ rárá, nǹkan tó ń sọ gbogbo lélẹ̀. Now after tí Trump sọ̀rọ̀, you will be surprised what he said again. Lẹ́yìn tí Trump sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun bọ̀ wá pa àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí, does that mean pé kò understand nǹkan tí Trump sọ ni àbò understand òun ló Uganda? Before then ẹ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí Hausa yìí sọ, nǹkan tó máa Hausa yìí sọ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
Yes, there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. If we take a look at what is happening in Plateau State, what is happening in Benue State, Taraba and others. But why? the Christian communities or some of the Christians decide to appeal to the United States of America.
ẹ̀yin èèyàn ilé ìlágbára o
lágbára gidi.
ó gbẹnu tán mo fẹ́ lè má gbàgbọ́ rárá wípé fúlàní lélẹ́yìí ẹ wò fúlàní yìí tú pẹ́rẹpẹ́rẹ ọ̀rọ̀ ó tú àwọn àṣírí kan tó lágbára gan-an ìyẹn ni wípé a ṣe lè rí mùsùlùmí tí ọpọlọ ẹ̀ gbé tó ṣe ronú jinlẹ̀ dáadáa fúnra rẹ̀ bí irú eléyìí ẹ wò máa pè fọ́nrán yìí fún wa ẹ ṣí àìpín ẹ jẹ́ orin ìjìnà àní àkókò ti tó tí ọlọ́run fẹ́ gbà wá nínú ìgbèkùn àwọn mùsùlùmí àti ti àwọn báńdíìtì boko haram afẹ̀míṣòfò èyí tó ń pa kókó tó ń pa gíga lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà òpin ti dé bá wọn. ẹ wò ó ẹ̀yin ìjọba wa tètè wá nǹkan ṣe sí o kí gbogbo rògbòdìyàn yìí ó tètè lọ sódò kó lọ mú mẹ́ ẹ ṣí àìpín.
Yes, there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. People take a look at what is happening in Plateau State, what is happening in Benue State, Taraba and others. But why the Christian communities or some of the Christians decide to appeal to the United States of America? Because they know they are right. And maybe the involvement of President Trump will help even we Muslims that are not terrorists and that we are against this plan harassment and what they were doing. Maybe we will get peace in the future. Because most of the Islamic clerics and Islamic scholars here in northern part of Nigeria are saying in their mosques, this is the truth. Even the federal government doesn't have any target, doesn't have any plan to today to fight those Fulani herdsmen. And the action which President Trump took, this is a great action. This is the great action someone has ever taken against terrorists. Today, if a Fulani herdsman enter into your farm, when you say, hey, why did you enter into my farm? Their response is to weaponize themselves with arms, knife, or even AK-47 attacks and kill you in your own property. This is what they were doing. This is the pact. So what Christians have said, yes, there is Christian genocide. Many Christians have been killed by those players, men. I welcome the United States or America into Nigeria if their goal is to eliminate those terrorist groups, because Nigerian government is not ready to do that. It's not ready. This is the real what is happening. No one has rights in this country than Fulani people. I don't know why. I am their blood.
And their blood.
What is happening is not religion. Islam doesn't have anything to do with just Fulani herdsmen. Any group of terrorism, they will just claim the name of Islam to badname the Islam, to badname the holy prophets. And they don't even know how to pray. They were not fasting, but they will say they are Fulani. They are Muslim. So I'm not against President Trump. This is the truth. And I have one advice to the United States government. You have to investigate clearly. There is politicians in the north, Fulani politicians that were linked and connected with those terrorist groups. They are helping them. They are in many ways. In many, many ways. We see them together. They were negotiating. No one will welcome you to the government house, but you will see a governor welcoming a terrorist group to the government house. And after 3 days, they will start attacking every village, killing innocent life. Why? We have to stand and speak the truth what is going on. They know their rights. As we Muslims, we don't know our rights. If we know our rights, we are the first people to stand up against those people and to appeal to everywhere in this world that we need help. So let them do it. They have right to do it. We are the people who are supposed to do this. We didn't do it. Many of us look at those pronouncements as their own Muslim brothers. They were not. This is the reality.
Saying that too.
You can assassinate me. You can do whatever you want. And you never stop this, your mentality. Looking at terrorists who's shedding the human blood like mosquito. If you never stop claiming them your own brothers, Islam will never get peace. This is the truth. This is the only truth. In my stage, before Boko Haram start killing everybody, when they start bombing the churches. Most of those people were happy with what they were doing. They destroyed the Christian churches. And I said, yes, they did well. After they finished with the churches, they turned to the mosque, killing thousands and thousands of people. We didn't do anything. We are asking those corrupted leaders to come and fight against terrorists. Will they do that? While they are using those terrorists as the shields, and they are using them in their political system.
秘密のトリートメント実験。
お、全然違う。いつもと毎朝これだったら本当最高。
実はあれパンテーンなんです。
嘘。
パンテーンのオレ入りカプセル1万粒。
パンテーンイメージ変わりました。
パンテーン。検索はヤフーを選ぼう。
暮らしのマーケットの1000円クーポンが必ずもらえる総額1億円キャンペーン実施中。暮らしのマーケット。
エアコンクリーニングで毎年呼ばれて、リピーターさんが口コミを書いてくれてるんです。暮らしのマーケットさんで完結しちゃうんで手を広げる必要がないですね。
前職は下請けで仕事をしてたので時間の自由なかったですね。今は洗濯機クリーニングをしてから保育園にお迎え行ったりできるのがすごい嬉しいですね。
暮らしのマーケット。
ジェラ、食欲の秋でも痩せたい。食べても太りにくくするならスルリム。
So if you, United States, will support to eliminate those Fulani terrorist group, I'm happy with that. And secondly, our main problem in northern Nigeria is Izala. There is one Izala to be there coming to Sunnah, an Islamic group. Those people are the first people to preach in the wrong way that make people carry weapons turned against their brothers until today. And most of them are linked to that terrorist. This is the truth.
Many of us, many.
Before the establishment of Izala, that is, the Christians and Muslims in northern Nigeria is their relation is like a twins brothers relation. They have to stop.
You have to stop.
You have to stop this, Izala.
Yeah.
Erika, Ishia, all of those groups, you have to stop them. This is the fact.
Fúlàní ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹnu Fúlàní lẹ ti gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Wípé kí Trump máa bọ̀. Kó wá bá wọn pa àwọn terrorists àárín wọn. Wọ́n nígbà táwọn terrorists yẹn tí wọ́n ń jó gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ní ìlú àwọn, wọ́n nínú àwọn ń dùn ní. Wípé wọ́n ń dáná sun ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì. Ṣùgbọ́n bàtàn parí pẹ̀lú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì. Ìgbóná sọ pé wọ́n darí sí. Wọ́n ní kò tó bá fẹ́ gbẹ́ kòtò ọ̀tá má gbẹ̀jì o. Torí ọ̀rẹ́ lè kó síbẹ̀. They were happy. Nígbà tí wọ́n dáná sun church, wọ́n bọ́ǹbù church. Náà padà darí sí àwọn náà lórí. Fúlàní ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ̀rí là ojú ẹ̀ pé là Fúlàní ni. Òun fún ayédè tó sọ wípé blood wọn lòun, ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn lòun, ọmọ Fúlàní lòun. Your Muslim is not their own Muslim. Àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ agbésùnmọ̀mí. Ẹ̀yin Yorùbá tí ẹ ti gba wèrè mẹ́sìn kéjẹ́ kí orí yín kó fa epo. Ọmọ Fúlàní ló ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ó ní you are not the same as them. Ó máa wá surprise wa wípé a wá rí àwọn Yorùbá Muslims tí wọ́n wá bọ́ta tí wọ́n ń sọ̀pọ̀tì nǹkan tí àwọn Fúlàní fún ara wọn against. Ó lọ confirm pé genocide wa, Christian genocide wa, wọ́n ń pa àwọn èèyàn ní thousands. Ẹ wo bó ṣe gbé ọ̀rọ̀ kalẹ̀ láì fi ààbò síkun. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ká tó play Yorùbá Muslim. Ẹ bá wa download tap send. Ẹ lo promo code Abiola TTS. App tẹ́ ń wò yẹn, ó jẹ́ àpẹẹrẹ pé ẹ lè fi send owó sí Nàìjíríà láti anywhere tẹ́ bá wà. Ẹ lọ sórí Google Play, ẹ lọ sí Google Store, ẹ lọ download ẹ̀ sórí fóònù yín. Bí ẹ pé ṣe transfer ni kò ní third party. Ẹ máa send ẹ̀ sí àkáǹtì ẹni tẹ́ fẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí direct deposit ni. Ṣùgbọ́n lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ yẹn Abiola TTS yẹn promo code ẹ má gbàgbé láti lò. Ẹ ṣeun, ẹ jẹ́ ká continue ká wá gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn Yorùbá ṣó yìí kọ́ báwo lè ṣe gbádùn ẹ̀ sí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbọ́ opinion yín ní comment section. Ẹ yóò tí follow Yorùbáwùyí, ẹ subscribe sí YouTube Yorùbáwùyí, ẹ subscribe sí ìrìnkè lórí Yorùbáwùyí náà. Ẹ tẹ̀lé wa lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, lórí Instagram pẹ̀lú TikTok. Ẹ ká gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn Muslim Yorùbá. Before I play it, remember ẹni tí mo play fún yín tí wọ́n sọ wípé àwọn Fúlàní àtàkì àwọn. Òun náà mo fẹ́ tún play fún yín yìí o. Kí Trump tó sọ̀rọ̀ ni wọ́n ti ṣe yẹn. You know this ayé yìí ò kí ń gbàgbé nǹkan. People are bringing back what you have said and what you are saying now. Kí Trump tó wá ni wọ́n àtàkì àwọn yẹn o. Báwọn ti experience yẹ. Fúlàní tí wọ́n àtàkì rẹ̀ òun ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Now ẹ tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ kí Trump tó sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn tó wá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn lẹ́yìn tí Trump sọ̀rọ̀ tán kí wọ́n bá wọn fi wòye yín sí ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́rọ̀.
Ṣé Mùsùlùmí nìkan ní jíyàn gbé? Mùsùlùmí nìkan ní jíyàn gbé? Ṣé Mùsùlùmí nìkan ní ṣe Boko Haram? Ẹbí Nàìjíríà yìí la wà. Àìmọye ìgbà kọ́ ni wọ́n mú àwọn ẹni tí ṣe ẹ̀sìn kìrìsìtẹ́nì tó wà ní Boko Haram láwọn lọ́ọ́ táyà. Lẹ́yìn jẹ́ ti ẹ̀yin tó ṣe pé dìde kúrò ní Nàìjíríà bí ẹgbẹ́ra lórúkọ pé aṣíwájú ẹ̀sìn kan lẹ́yìn jẹ́ àwọn ọrọ̀ ẹ̀sìn tẹ̀sí. Àbẹ́ tẹ̀ra yín dànù. Ẹ wá lọ polówó Nàìjíríà lọ́dọ̀ Amẹ́ríkà. Wọ́n sọ pé ní Nàìjíríà àwọn ọmọ ẹlẹ́sìn tí iná làwọn kan pa wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti fẹ́ sọ yín dìtà ní orílẹ̀-èdè yín nítorí ẹ̀ ń pè àwọn onítìín lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n máa bọ̀ láti wá kógun ja Nàìjíríà ní 2025 níbi táyé gbajúdé lónìí. Níbo náà tí wọ́n ń hùwà wèrè bẹ́ẹ̀? Àwa wí tán. Lóńgbà tó ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ́yìn náà ìrònú ẹlòmíì ó torí kodò wọ́n mọ̀ rò pé màláìka lòyìnbó ẹni tó kọ̀ nu wọn náà pọ̀. Olórí orílẹ̀-èdè tí náà ọ̀nà wa yanu pàpà wípé ìwà Nàìjíríà àwọn ọmọ ọkọ̀ òun bọ̀ wá gbàlú ẹ dáwò ó rí bọ́yọ̀ ọ̀bọ̀ làwa abẹ́ ẹranko àbáwọn ẹni tí ọ̀gbọ́n táwọn ọmọ wa wòran ni pé ẹ wá fogun kó ta ní gánẹ́rì. Nígbà tó ń gbé súnmọ́ mi dání ọgbẹ́ súnmọ́ mi ìpa. Ìgbà tí wọ́n ti yàn gbé àwọn báńkì dání wọ́n jí gbé kí ló kàn wọ́n pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn rẹ? Kí ló kàn wọ́n pẹ̀lú ìlú rẹ? Kí ló kàn wọ́n pẹ̀lú ìdálọ́jẹ́? Wọ́n ti gbé lómi ìtàn fún tó kábàámọ̀ pé olùsìnà gbé. Wọ́n wọ ẹsẹ̀ tirẹ̀ wọ́n ní tẹ́tẹ́ náà sọ́bẹ̀ ni. Gbogbo ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ń sẹ́ni pàtàkì. Wọ́n mẹ́ni kankan pẹ̀kẹ́pẹ̀kẹ́ àdábàá yìí wọ́n fi máa nà láàárọ̀ àtẹlẹ́. Wọ́n lè padà nù pa sí sí tọ́kàn wọn pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn rẹ̀. Àní wọ́n gbìyàn oníṣẹ́ṣe sọ fún ọ pé mùsùlùmí lòun wọ́n tọ́ bí pa pé mùsùlùmí lẹ́yìn náà wọ́n sì yẹn bọ̀ pa ọ́. Àwa wí tán àwa láwọn ẹlẹ́sìn yìí ni wọ́n ń pa ṣé mùsùlùmí kọ́ leléyìí? Nínú ẹni tí ń jiyàn gbé ṣé mùsùlùmí nìkan ní jiyàn gbé? Mùsùlùmí nìkan ní jiyàn gbé? Ṣé mùsùlùmí nìkan ní ṣe Boko Haram? Ẹbí Nàìjíríà yìí la wà. Àìmọye ìgbà kọ́ ni wọ́n mú àwọn ẹni tí ṣe ẹ̀sìn kìrìsìtẹ́nì tó wà ní Boko Haram táwọn ló ń pààyàn. Ọ̀wá gbéra pa owó tó yẹ kó fi jẹun wá àtìyàwó ẹ̀ ọ̀wá ń wọ bàálù la Amẹ́ríkà ọ̀wá ń sẹnu pàyànpàyàn ó sì tún máa padà bọ̀ wá Nàìjíríà náà. Nàìjíríà tó sọ pé kó wá gbógun jà. Kí ló ṣe àwọn míì gan-an rí tó ṣe pé wọ́n ń ronú láká ìwé ṣiṣẹ́. Ó tún fẹ́ bá wá burúkú ẹ̀ta wà nú ẹ̀. À ń gbìyànjú àti tiraka lọ́rọ̀ wọ́n dá wọn lọ gbogbo wa. Bàbá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ máa sọ pé àwọn aláfẹ́ sọ Nàìjíríà dìlú Mùsùlùmí. Ìlú kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ sọ́dà nígbà tó lọ pé olórí Amẹ́ríkà kọ́ wa gbógun jà wá? Ìlú kí lọ fẹ́ sọ́dà? Ẹ máa fẹ́ sọ ìlú ẹ̀sìn ọmọlẹ́yìn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì. Wọ́n tẹ̀ máa yín púpọ̀. Ó yẹ kẹ́ lọ hospital àmọ́ tẹ́ bá lọ́wọ́ nílé yín tọ́jú. Torí tí ń ṣe yín inú ẹ̀mí ló wà. Sẹ́ẹ̀sì ní gbogbo oògùn tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe yẹn àwọn orthodox medicine wọn ò tí ì rí tẹ̀mí sí. Torí ẹ̀rọ ṣe jẹ́ pé tó bá gbé ọ hospital wọn ò ní rí ọ tọ́jú torí pé àwọn ẹ̀mí Islam ló lè tọ́jú ẹ̀. Akramakumullah. Níjọ́ lẹ́rí kí Mùsùlùmí kan jáde lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè òkèèrè wọ́n á lọ máa kókó wọ̀ wá sí Nàìjíríà pé kí ni? Kí là ń jọ ń fà? Tọ́wọ́ lè débi pé àwọn ò lè gbèjà ara wa. Ṣebí Yorùbá náà sọ pé mo máa lè ní máa fọwọ́ sí júwèlé bàbá tiẹ̀. Wọ́n fẹ́ kó lédè tí ó bàjẹ́. Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ ìlú wa di bí Rwanda. Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ ìlú wa di bí Sudan. Wọ́n rò bẹ́ẹ̀ náà gbọ́ròyìn. Ẹni kan tó ń fojú ara wọn rí mbẹ́. À ń gbé lálàáfíà kò tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn àti kó kogun wá. Nígbà tó dá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lẹ̀, ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì rẹ tó di bí ìlú. Ta ló ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì rẹ tó tóbi tó bẹ̀? Ta lẹni náà tó challenge rẹ fún kíni? Ebi wà lọ́mọ dàtọ̀ ń ta ń bẹ̀, ebi wọn náà lẹ̀ ń pa ń bẹ̀. Gbogbo eléyìí ò tuntun ọ, àti kò sọ gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè di ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì. Tí ọ̀rọ̀ ajẹ́rẹ̀ kí ló ní tó ní kó wá jà wá lógun. Ọ̀dọ̀ wa. Òdodo lọ̀rọ̀ Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá wa. Walan tarda anka al-yahudu walan nasara hatta tattabi'a millatahum. Wọn ò ní yọ́nú sí ọ, àwọn Yahudi àti Nasara tí wọn náà bá tọ̀kan nù wọn. Ẹni tí máa ń wá burú kọ́ dá wá fúnra rẹ̀. Wọ́n wá burú wá sí Nàìjíríà yìí. Wọ́n wá burú wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Tó bá yẹ kó máa lú mi bá ní wọn padà sílùú ẹ, wọ́n pa burú wá fáwọn àmì báyìí. Ọ̀dọ̀ wọn wà o. Gbogbo oníkálukú wa tẹ́ máa ń ṣàdúrà, ẹ má máa dádúrà sí fúnra yín. Ẹ má máa dádúrà sí fúnra yín. Ẹ má ṣàdúrà fún orílẹ̀-èdè tẹ́ wà náà. Ẹ má ṣàdúrà fún ìpínlẹ̀ tẹ́ wà. Ẹ má ṣàdúrà fún ìlú tẹ́ wà. Ẹ má gbàgbé àdúgbò yín gan nínú àdúrà nítorí pé táburú bá dé sí ọ̀kan ní gbogbo ẹ̀ tí ọ̀kan ọ̀bá mú ọ ní kejì ó mú ọ ètò tó sí orílẹ̀-èdè tí ọ̀bá mú ọ ètò tó dé sí ìpínlẹ̀ lè mú ọ ètò dé sí ìpínlẹ̀ tí ọ̀bá mú ọ ètò dé sí ìlú tó wà lè mú ọ ètò dé sí ìlú tó wà tí ọ̀bá mú ọ ètò dé sí àdúgbò lè mú ọ torí ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni kọ́ máa ṣàdúrà fún nítorí pé kẹ́lẹ́ bá máa gbáyé rọrùn kí gbogbo lè bá máa fẹ́ lẹ́lẹ́ àfi kẹ́ máa ṣàdúrà alágbára kan àlọ́pàá kan lẹ́yìn Ẹlẹ́dàá wa Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá kó bá a ṣọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá kó jẹ́ ká máa wà dáadáa ní Nàìjíríà àlékún lọ síwájú àlékún dàgbàsókè gbogbo kíkákíká eléyìí tó dá Olúwa kó bá a gbé wọ Nàìjíríà Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá kó má kúkú tàbá wa Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá kó má kúkú tàbá orílẹ̀-èdè wa Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá kó má kúkú tàbá nǹkan wa Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá kó jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ wa kó ká ní ti dáadáa tó bá ti ṣe lérò lọ ní gbogbo orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin ayé Olúwa Ẹlẹ́dàá àwọn elétekéte àwọn eléròkèrò tí wọ́n ń fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà bàjẹ́ Olúwa dá ète wọn padà sọ́dọ̀ wọn Olúwa dá èròkèrò wọn padà sọ́dọ̀ wọn.
Ǹjẹ́ ẹ̀mí àti mọ̀ wípé American soldier ló ń ṣọ́kàbà Saudi ò fi àdúrà ṣọ́kàbà wọ́n náà lágbára kankan àní kankan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ká má jẹ́ kí Trump wá ká má lọ gbàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀ Saudi tí wọ́n ti lọ gbé ẹ̀sìn wá Saudi ò ṣe àdúrà wọ́n gba American soldiers láti máa bá wọn ṣọ́ọ̀kà bá ní because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tí investment tí wọ́n wà nìyẹn wọn ò lè fẹ́ kí àwọn kẹ́nìkan wá bọ́ǹbù ẹ̀ kó wá kógun jà. That American soldier, the same American soldiers yẹn ní àwọn Nigerians wá pariwo pé ẹ gbà wá tí Trump tó ló wọn á gbégbèsè wọn wá ní káwa ká má gbà tí Saudi gbà káwa máa ṣàdúrà. Ṣé Yorùbá ni máa yìí ṣé original Yorùbá ni the same person tó ní wọ́n ti attack àwọn experience rí as how nígbà tí Fúlàní ń sọ wípé tó o bá rí àwọn agbébọn tó bá ya wọ mílíọ̀n house state house àwọn ní èmi wọn bá jọ kẹta wàá gbọ́ attack kí la agbébọn lọ ń ṣe ní state house agbébọn lọ sí state house kí ni wọ́n lọ ṣe àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí lọ́sà agbébọn oríṣiríṣi ọlọ́pàá ń gbébọn sójà ń gbébọn and is calling on the international government kó wá gbà wọn yet àwọn tí wọ́n claim pé ọmọ Yorùbá làwọn wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ kí Trump wá kí lè rí sí ẹ má bàbá láti fi wòye yín sí comment section opinion yẹn fi sí comment section ṣé Yorùbá ni bàbá yẹn and other questions tẹ́ bá ní láti béèrè ẹ fi sí comment section ẹ má bàbá láti like show ìkẹ́ share ẹ tẹ́ bá ń come across this page for the first time Yorùbáwùyí ṣe lórúkọ mi Yorùbáwùyí lèmi ń jẹ́ o I am the one and only Akalolo of Yorùbá land àdáwọn ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ọmọjọmọ lọ yólóyè tí òkú méjì Àbẹ̀ní ọmọ tí ò ṣe é pa o ẹ tó máa pààrọ̀ ti wá déwájú federal government tí wọ́n bá sáìn ní ó máa déwájú Elédùmarè ó lè.
保護者の皆さんも先生方もすごい喜んでくれた。
Please, I'm so happy for them because I've been watching. I've been saying this for the past 17 years as a veteran blogger that people, the international world should help Nigeria. But now I can see the end of the corrupt Nigeria. Don't mind anybody. Don't surrender. No retrieve, no surrender because they can never change. Even Trump, let me gossip this thing for you. You see those terrorists that are terrorizing people in Nigeria, they've been releasing videos that they are ready, they don't have anything. America, come and steal all the gold. Please come and steal all the natural resources.
What? 誰かに相談するとしたら本当に IT エンジニアのことを分かってる人に相談したいって顔してるわよね。もし60万人ものキャリアデータからあなたにぴったりのキャリア提案してくれる人がいるとしたら
レバテック。
Ayegun's Diary Political. It is that Sunday that we usually put to tests your resolve to holding on with your pretense or hypocrisy on this platform. So I will explain that to you. Sunday sermon on Ayegun's Diary Political is that time that we do not hold anything back whenever we are addressing the culprits who are the active players in what Nigeria has become. So, our choice of language is very much like, so if you are a politically correct person, somebody who feels like we should watch our language, we should like be respectful and all that kind of stuff, right? So you won't find this session comfortable. It's going to be interesting, I promise you, but you may not find it comfortable. And if you are a closet Runuku, the one Nigerianist that possibly takes everything, that everything can easily just fight through your head, right? This is possibly not for you as well, all right? But for the regulars, it is just the same plain temple of truth, a place where you are going to find the obvious, the factual happenings in the contraption in Nigeria, and including the names of perpetrators, the players, those who are involved in all of the madness going on in that place, especially those in government and their minions. The last 2 weeks have been very much, loud in Nigeria, especially when the American president, Donald Trump, reacted to numerous petitions, appeals, and others from the victims of the genocide going on in Nigeria. Now, in reacting to that, a lot of the people have decided to define what a genocide is, while many are living in denial of it, while others as well are twisting the entire intention of why America is getting involved. But things continue to evolve. A lot is happening. Tinubu and this gang believes that they are pretty much like in control of this whole thing by maintaining a graveyard, nuclear, sort of like a graveyard silence, no clear-cut diplomatic, solution yet. But like I said, a lot is unraveling. While those sponsored by government continue to remind us or trying to educate us what a genocide means, as others are saying, oh, there are also Muslims being killed by these terrorists, which is true. But the Christians who have raised their land for years seems to have finally been heard. So rather than trying to shut them down, how about you kind of add your voice for the killed Muslims too? But who are those killing them? These terrorists. So Tinubu and this gang are busy trying to convince the world that there is no genocide going on in Nigeria, while the rest of the world seem to have the true record of what is going on. The terrorists doing all of these in number, they're like 22 of them, 22 different terrorist groups operating in northern Nigeria alone. And tens of thousands of Christians, Nigerians have been slaughtered. If the cries of the survivors, the Christians in Nigeria, that has become so loud like this, could get this loud. Imagine if the Muslims in Nigeria generally, like I'm not saying all of them, like generally just kind of like speak up to add their own voice. Or rather, there are those who have made it their own responsibility to twist what this American coming or what have you is all about. A lot of the conspiracy theories have been developed, and good. Like I said, why Tinubu is trying to deviate and try to deny the existence of this genocide, the mass killings of Nigerians in Nigeria by the Islamic jihadists. Today, no, rather, yesterday, ISIS. That would sound familiar. Excuse me. That would sound familiar to Donald Trump, because during his first term as the president of America, right? He, as part of his own achievements, he brags of destroying the ISIS in the Arab Peninsula. But since Donald Trump left, right, and then the increase in terrorism in Nigeria skyrocketed, that too need a context as well, okay? So when Donald Trump was the president of America, then he was talking about these killings in Nigeria, okay? So then he actually designated Nigeria as a country of particular interest because of these killings, right? So their intention then was to mount pressure on Boko Haram's regime so as to actually really go after the terrorists instead of doing this Operation Safe Corridor. Operation Safe Corridor is the arrangement Boko Haram put in place that allowed these Boko Haram terrorists and other terrorists to walk away, right, without trial, without anything, other than just to hold the Quran and say they won't do it again. So that was the arrangement of the Nigerian army, Nigerian government, these terrorists. So America designated Nigeria that Nigeria is a country of particular interest because your government is collaborating with terrorists rather than, and also they discovered that there was actually no real intention of returning the displaced people, millions of them at the time, returning them back to their homes. There was no real concrete plan. While the Fulani terrorists, who were just emerging at the time, were also gaining foothold. So if America says CPC lasted for, let's say, 2 years, there is a possible chance that the Fulani terrorism advancement wouldn't have gotten to this stage. There's a chance. Because what they are proposing to Tinubu right now was what they would have done to the Boko Haram. Then Donald Trump lost and Joe Biden came in. Within 2 months of Joe Biden or thereabout, he removed Nigeria's name from that CPC, meaning the Nigerian officials, local government officials, governors, all of them who are supposed to have been outed as terrorist sponsors, they just got away for a few more years. Now that is what is about to happen now. If America should go ahead, America is not going to come to Nigeria in a week, you know what I mean? Not like that. What America is asking your government to do, which is what they are giving them the grace of right now, is what they ask Boko Haram to do. Because with this CPC, America will have the opportunity to actually not go after the terrorists alone. They will go after their sponsor, including those of them who are in government. So this is what APC is trying to ward off and hope that this COP pass. No matter what their media is trying to present to you in Nigeria, here I will do my best to bring together, right, the entire factors to all of this, and the players too, who is saying what, when, so that you can then be the judge. So let's go back to the denial. The Tinubu's regime are spending possibly tens or hundreds of millions of dollars on lobbyists in America right now to see how they can get closer to Trump and maybe, ask for time. But it is not even about the time they will give them. It is the political will of them really doing this. The whole thing has overwhelmed them. The military is compromised. Intelligence is compromised. Everything is more or less like everybody's just doing what they can within the space of what they can. You get what I mean? There is no real concrete hand-on of Nigerian government, Nigerian military. And when I say Nigerian military, I'm talking about the entire Nigerian military structure. The army, the navy, the air force, and the rest of them. Right? So it's like everybody's just doing whatever they want to do. Things have gotten out of hand. There are more vested interests now. So, what time are they asking from America to give them? So here is what will happen. So once they realize that, apart from the media jumping from one media house to another, once America realizes that indeed nothing is actually really happening, or, oh, listen, the government of Nigeria is saying this is just about going on and shooting some terrorists and then doing a peace meeting with the others and doing what the exact thing they are doing right now. They may think this is what will get them out of it. No, it's not. Terrorists continue to kill people, even as we speak. They don't give a shit. Terrorists continue, the government officials at the local level, in Katsina, in Zamfara, in all these places, local level, they are doing peace meetings with these terrorists. Now, it is being said that the terrorists are beginning to actually flood into Kano from Katsina now, right? They will cross the Shilono, and which they call that place, Shinonu or something, right? They will cross that place into Kano, attack the neighboring communities who are like the rural, all those areas, and then they'll run back to Katsina. So this whole thing is still going on, whatever Nigeria is saying in the media. So what will then happen is that America will probably just want you to know the real terrorist sponsors. It won't cost them anything. They'll put out the names, put out their faces. Not only that, that's a promise that strikes will take place without any warning. You just know that, they struck about 10-15 places yesterday. Or people will begin to notice that they are noticing that there are some bombings taking place and it wasn't like Nigerian government. All of this will happen in quick succession, all right? Still very much on the outtake number and the scan and those it. So they are denying. On the other hand, ISIS, yes, ISIS, that same ISIS, popular Islamic State, in Nigeria and part of these West African countries, including the Sahel, going up north. You have the Janjaweed, you have ISWAP, you have Boko Haram, you have Lakurawa. 22 of them have made Nigeria a base as we speak. And they are actually telling us that no matter what we are witnessing right now, it's still a child's play. Like you are still going to witness a serious onslaught beyond what they are doing in those communities and all that, right? So the only two rivals right now, when Boko Haram divided, this is SWAP, and then the remnants of the Boko Haram after the demise of Alhaji Shekau. Now, they have been battling. These two groups have been killing themselves. Two terror groups. So there used to be one, right? They have been killing themselves along that late charge for some time now. That was how Alhaji Shekau got killed as well, right? Now, this ISWAP, that is simply, it's an abbreviation for Islamic State of West Africa Province, ISWAP. Now, the ideology of the ISWAP is even worse than that of the Boko Haram, if you must know. And they are very much affiliated to the ISIS. They supposedly destroyed ISIS, which I believe will probably be one of the things that will attract Donald Trump to act fast, hearing ISIS. ISIS. Yes, they have ISIS. Now, ISIS have come out to say, listen, guys, I don't know why these idiots are denying what is obvious. Yes, there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria. And of course, if America should get involved. Now, they have this publication, okay? This publication in Arabic, all right? I did something. I'm going to show you. Give me a sec. So this message in all of this is a message to all the terrorists all over the world. It's like a clarion call. So what ISIS is saying is that indeed they are carrying out mass Christian genocide in Nigeria because they are Zionists. They are infidels, the Kafiris and all that, right? So until Nigeria and this West Africa, in fact the rest of the world, become Islamic. Do you know what I did? Let me see if I can share my screen quickly, right? So I put this on Grok. Grok is AI on X, right? So I put this on. I put a picture, the original picture, and I'm going to do that again now quickly. So I put the original picture, which has it's like a cut-out newspaper print. You get me now? So I put a picture on Grok and I said, please interpret the sentences in this image expertly to English language without repetition or at least readable, right? So I'll do that on the screen with you quickly. Now the message herein is not just to take responsibility. Are you with me? They are sending out words to the other fighters who are Muslims. They call them Muslim, like the jihadists. All right? For the rest of them to remember the teachings of the Prophet, as well as Allah. And the infidels, I wish I could read all of that to you, right? But take a look, that's it. The Muslim army set out from Medina towards Badr, while the Garish army Quraysh army advanced from Mecca. The two sides met near wells of Badr. The Prophet, peace be upon him, consulted his companions and they pledged allegiance to fight to the death. The police numbered nearly 1,000, equipped with horses, the blah, so interpreting. However, in Nigeria, where these killings have been taking place, and not only the clerics, you see, those who identified as Muslims are being cajoled into believing that coming for this murderous terrorist is actually an attack on Islam. How they've managed to actually get people to believe that in this day and time, I do not know. So they are telling people that the American president said if Nigeria failed to act fast and take out these terrorists that we now believe are also killing Muslims, why should any Muslim, reasonable one, be angry? Because when you go out and protest against a strike against the terrorists who are also killing your own brothers, what you are doing is that you are protesting in support of the terrorists against a superior power that could have them. In that text, the ISIS said, this is going to spell the doom for America. In this text, okay? They didn't call America, they call America Zionist. So ISIS said, America should get involved. They are welcome. Let's come and throw their bombs. Right? Because in fact, what they are doing to America right now is to overstretch American military might. You understand? That America is fighting here, is fighting them there, is fighting them here, is fighting them all over the place. Now they can draw America to Africa. So America can start using their weapons and everything here too. So that at the end of the day, their business and their goal is to decimate America and destroy America finally. So yeah, they have claimed responsibility for the killings in Nigeria, no denial. And right now, they welcome Americans' involvement. They're not wanting them to stay away, saying, no, you should come. Now you can have your soldiers here too. You can deploy, you know what I mean? So, how is America going to reply? It's only time that we tell. Possibly not in my own hands, not in yours. In Kano, the Shiites who have suffered greatly in the hands of the APC, starting from the days of Bokwari. They took to the street yesterday, right? Demanding that, death to America, death to this and that, like they are. As usual, they were burning American flags. Okay, in protest against America's involvement in fighting terrorism in Nigeria. You get that now? Like, America is coming to come and steal your crude oil. They're coming to steal all your resources. And we don't want America. We can take care of our problems. This is coming from the people who claim that more Muslims have been killed than Christians. And also, this is also a group that, because of their own belief, because of their own faith, the Shiites, that you can call the Shia Muslims, they have suffered greatly in the hands of the Fulani, Bokwari, and his gang separately. Because guess what? The Shiites have always been like doing procession, like, lining the streets in their large numbers and all that, right? Until one day in 2015, when in Kaduna, in Zaria, the Shiites, they were doing their procession. The then Chief of Army Staff, Buratai Dibuja, was coming in his convoy. Then he got to these Shiites and possibly felt intimidated enough that it felt like they blocked him from going, and they are like national security threats. When they find out he came down from his car, nobody hurt him, nobody did anything per se other than they slowed him down. So when he came down from his car, addressed these Shiites, right? And, went back into his car and he drove off in his convoy safely. Few hours later, the nearby barracks in Kaduna was mobilized. Soldiers were mobilized. Computer sites, 1,400, over 1,400 human beings, over 1,400 Shiites were slaughtered in a space of 2 days. When they were asked, why did you do that? After burying them in a shallow grave, do you know what Nigeria said? They said if they didn't quickly curb these Shiites, they will become a potential Boko Haram. This was 10 years ago. Yes, possibly around this time, November. Because in December that year, they grabbed their leader, El Zazaki. They beat him blood. Oh, it was actually from that moment. It was in that, I think it was in November or so. 10 years ago. Because of their religion. Where some people who are Muslims in northern Nigeria believes that the Shiites, they are dangerous, they don't vote, they don't participate in anything government, they are like on their own, and their allegiance is to Iran. So there are Muslims in northern Nigeria that consider them as not real Muslims. So this is existing, the same Shiites have decided to call on Donald Trump, all American flags for at least fighting for religious freedom, it's called. The Boko Haram says, yeah, we are killing people because of their religion. They are infidels. We can't tolerate them. Allah said they should kill them. Whatever you want to say, we don't care. Any Muslim that disagree, we kill as well. This is us. America, you want to get involved? Welcome on board. So the Shiites, the civilian ones, are on the street. So I'm going to take you to what happened yesterday. Right?
Allah ya tsine uwarsa. Yawwa, masha Allah. Ya shugaba nan.
They made a caricature of Trump. That was them saying, we don't want America getting involved. Leave Nigeria alone. They are waving, waving their Palestinian flag as well, because they are also, pretty much like have their allegiance to their brothers in Gaza, in Palestine. Now, there's something that is actually really strange about the Muslims in northern, some, not all of them, let's say some, but majority maybe, in northern Nigeria, where they don't see a connection to themselves and the rest of Nigeria, other Nigerians. Talking about the rest of Nigeria, I'm talking about people from that they speak the same language. Like when tragedy strikes, and people die, you know what I mean now? It's almost like nothing to them. But let something happens in Gaza, for example, and you see how passionate they are. You see how passionate how sort of like emotional they are. When something, you will see majority of them cursing America, wishing death on America, protesting, burning American flag in Nigeria, and all of that. But you would never, ever see them feel so bad and sad and express it openly when terrorists actually slaughter their people. I don't understand. Like, we are all Nigerians, Abi. I think I understand. It's wrong for me to believe to keep pushing the idea of there's actually a Nigeria or one Nigeria or there are Nigerians. It's kind of a false knowledge, I think. They don't value you if you get killed anyway in Nigeria and all of that stuff. Let's say a mosque is a mosque is bombed in Sokoto. You get, and okay, there's no point in going far. All right, the terrorists that went inside a mosque in Zamfara and they killed over 40 people. That's the tragedy that you will feel like as a Muslim. That should get everybody who is a Muslim in northern part of Nigeria and the rest of Nigeria a little bit emotionally drawn. I mean, they don't feel like that. They don't give a damn about Nigeria. They don't give a damn about people in Nigeria. The only thing they care about is that religion. And they're not hiding it. They said that maybe it is in their hadith, or maybe it is in the Quran, or that their brothers, their Muslim brothers is their brothers. There's a brotherhood, that's brother. Others are beginning to say, no, don't misinterpret that. Terrorists, there's a part of Quran that frown against terrorism, which is like killing harmless people or vulnerable people. Even during war, you are not expected to. Islam said you have to spare them, protect them. Those who are not of the same religion with you, when things like that happen, you protect them. So these moderate guys are now kind of countering these other guys who says, even if the Fulani terrorists are killing people, yes, we are not supposed to condemn them like others. If Boko Haram is killing the people, they're fine. They are fighting jihad, so we are not as a Muslim, you are not meant to openly condemn them like that. If you are a true Muslim. But they read everything, they see things, people will be saying they don't guru bolenu. You just feel me? People we don't grow appear like that, we look like responsible human being like this. When they begin to argue this religion, this path for themselves, and I'm like, wait. Abba, calm down. The terrorists are killing people and they are shouting Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. How do you feel about that? I know it's a very bad thing. Quran said we shouldn't. I said, okay, now you say this openly, you should tell people others, you know that, Abi. Say it openly, tell everybody. Say, I know, Islam forbids us from criticizing brothers. There's a way we say it to them. What do you mean there's a way you say it to them? Damn it, man. So the Shiites, on top of their lungs, they were screaming death to America. Yeah? On behalf of these terrorists, by the way.
wuraren da suka jefa bom. Kuma su ne suka kai hari kasar Afghanistan, shi ma tarihi ba zai manta da wannan ba. Su ne suka kai hari kasar Iraki, tarihi ba zai manta da wannan ba. Karkashin kulawarsu ne Isra'ila take kai hare-hare a Siriya da Lebanon, wato ainihin da ma bisa wani bangarori na Masar. Karkashin kulawarsu ne Isra'ila ta kai hari ko take kai.
Nuisance delay.
I told you. It's a long video, so because I've got so much to share with us this evening, so I'm just going to be going through them sharp. Don't blame him, or don't blame them. There is an enabler on the loose. His name is Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, who was banned from entering Saudi Arabia, about if Saudi Arabia banned you because you are a terrorist, or terrorist apology, or terror enabler. Your kind of terrorism there, they don't pass their capacity. Like they can't handle your kind of, come on, which kind of thought that, why are you having this kind of mindset? Why are you thinking like this? We can't let you pass this thought to these young people. So you get that Sheikh Osama bin Gumi is a special guest of honor across Nigeria media right now, every TV, online and offline, hosting him to keep passing this message, this embarrassing, disgraceful messages of his. The recent one is that he's telling us, he said the terrorists are currently on revenge mission. Yeah, they're on revenge mission. Donald Trump has made it even worse. For him to say he's coming to Nigeria, these boys, we are talking to them and they are listening to us. Here you get. So now that Donald Trump is saying this, he's making it worse. Because according to him, the Fulani terrorists, especially, he said they are on a revenge mission. They are still better than IPOB. Let me rephrase. That's not how he said it. Let me rephrase. He said, these terrorists, they are our children, and they are on revenge mission. We can still talk to them. Like they listen to us. Unlike the IPOB who want to break Nigeria. Somebody has said that before, by the way. Do you know? That person is the Kaduna Little Finger, El Rufaya of Kaduna. It was El Rufaya during the time of Bokwari that said the IPOB are more dangerous than the terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram terrorists. And when he was asked how, said, well, IPOB is advocating for the balkanization of Nigeria, which means the Nigeria you know today, when IPOB succeeds, you will not know that Nigeria again. So, and that is more grievous, is more dangerous than the terrorists who are killing, kidnapping Nigerians. Because according to him, he said they were just doing business. Look, those ones are just doing business. When government is ready, government can deal with them. But the IPOB, they are more dangerous because they want a peaceful breakup of Nigeria. This is similar to what Osama bin Gumi said. He has been sponsoring these meetings all over the place. These pictures you are seeing on your screen right here is part of the meeting they held in Katsina State just yesterday, when these terrorists and then the local chiefs hosted these terrorists in a place called, they are like two local government areas, all right? They put people from communities from two local government areas to come around for this meeting, all right, in Katsina State, okay? So they look at them with their guns and everything ready, and this is just this, right? So they have a place called the Karachi and Batagarawa local government areas of Katsina State. So these are the areas where they have been having all these peace meetings with the terrorists. So one of them actually addressed the peace gathering, and in his speech, he blamed the government for what they are doing. You know what he said? His name is Sani Mudinje. Trump, you hear? His name is Sonny Menduje or something, Menduje. He said the government can put an end to all of this because government failed them, and that's why they have decided to go into this terrorism. However, now that they are talking to them, right, they would work out something. We give you peace. We just want you to know that the government wants this to end. They will end it. No matter what. Right? Peace.
ina lahiya ma da mu son su ne ba namu ba ne inda son mu ne mutanen nan ba su zuwa nan su same mu cikin jeji tunda an yi lokaci kamar wata ɗaya nan ko biyu in muka ce muna buƙatar ganin mutanen shirin ta yaya za mu gan su ba mu ganin su ba su san ina muke ba ba su san daga ina muke ba amma da suka buƙaci ganin mu yau ga mu gasu suna jin mu suna ganin mu ka gane zaman lafiya da tashin hankali to su shugabanni so su ne duka in sun so a yi tashin hankali za a yi in sun so a zanna lafiya za a zanna lafiya mu dai ba mu da wani ilimi ba mu da wata hikima wata za mu yi a zanna lafiya sai sun so su yarin duniya hannunsu yake su ke jan duniya su ke yin komi su ke hana komi ko da ake cewa muna yi ai sun suka so mu yi idan ba su so mu yi ba za mu yi kuma ai ga aya yau sun kira mu so suke mu bari kuma da yarda Allah mun bari daga yau haka nan kun talaka in kun tashi yin kuka ta ku yi kuka da mu yan ta'adda ku yi kuka da shugabanninku sun suka bari muka yi.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Food.
Yeah, that's Sonny Mudinge. Or the Benny Sonny Mudinge. What's the matter? That's one of the terrorist leaders in Nigeria. They all have their territories they control. Ungoverned areas scattered all over the place in Nigeria, northern Nigeria. And those are the children of Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. Now, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, like I said, is a special guest on all these TV stations all over the place. Knowing what I believe is actually dog whistle. Because it is only Gumi that will come on TV and threaten the leadership of the country, threaten the military, threaten America, threaten Nigerians, threaten everybody by giving them conditions that if you don't do what I say, this is just the beginning. There's nothing anybody can do about it. You need to give them what they want. They are on revenge mission. Because what did I do? Go. What did be my offense? I no get any contract with any Fulani. No get any contract with any Fulani. What did be my offense? We've actually just, in case you don't know, that's why you don't have to use a blanket statement when you're talking about northern Nigeria, right? The Hausas have been the most victims of these Fulani killings. So don't ever think, listen to this, so don't ever think that when we say northern Nigeria, Sharia North, remove Hausa, you have to. Yeah, they've been completely, emasculated by this Fulani oligarch in northern Nigeria. They have been completely they exist to make it look like this is our land and all of that, but they have nothing to say, to say that their interest is by any chance protected like that of the Fulani terrorists. These killings, all these churches, all these killings that in most corners that you are hearing, all those Muslims they are killing, they are not Fulani, so they are Hausas and other tribes in that part of Nigeria. But again, Osama bin Gumi said their children are just on revenge mission. And I'm like, wait till you go come say I do, when you want revenge. Wait till my forebearers did, if you want to come and revenge. From a footer gallon, àbí without jalon, without sadness, àbí without sorrow, all the way from that Sahel. Do you know how many thousands kilometers before you get to Dogolu, to Ijebu? Do you know how many kilometers are like miles? What do you want us to do when you walk on come carry out revenge? These are the questions, right? Nobody is telling us what exactly people did, that they have become the victims. They are being killed and then, like that. But with Gumi, it is either you listen to what I am saying or you can continue to speak grammar. Okay? Bring America, bring anything. It won't change anything. So that's what I mean by he's the only guy that will come out and threaten everybody together. And he'll still go home and sleep in Nigeria of today. Gumi.
Why now? Why now is America concerned about Nigeria? That is the issue. So many issues are involved in it. Why they want to concentrate now and attack Nigeria?
All right, looking at
Most of the reasons, I think, is their failure in the Sahel region. They want to establish a military base in Nigeria. They want our resources, as they have done in Iraq. And all the reasons people have proposed, intellectuals have proposed, it's all of it. So it's just time for them now. And most important is the politics. The politics.
all right.
They don't want. You see, whenever we have a Muslim leader in Nigeria, they try to decapitate and eliminate him. They have killed Tafa Balewa, Sardauna. They have killed our General Murtala. Even Abacha was poisoned. So why is it whenever Muslims are in power in Nigeria, somehow using some disgruntled elements, especially in the south, they try to take away the leader? So I think what America is trying to do now, they would claim maybe the government is complicit in the killing of Christians, and don't be surprised they attack even the presidential palace. Trying to kill the president. I don't rule it out, as they have done in many other places. And they may also kill some other people just by framing them that they are working with
You mentioned earlier that the bandits, the terrorists, needs convincing, and we all know the havoc they've created, in the society in Nigeria. They've raped women, they've killed lives, they've destroyed properties. So do we really need, do the government really need to convince these terrorists at this point? Because I've seen the cases of repentant Boko Haram, we've seen the cases of dialogue. So is convincing what is needed from between the government and the terrorists right now?
Okay, sorry, please to cut you. You see, the former governor of Bauchi State, Yuguda, was able also to go with government delegation into the bush, and they met more than 5,000 bandits. They were all complaining. Those who have lost their parents, those who have lost their brethren, those from our hostility too. So when you say they have killed, yes, I know they have killed, and it's wrong to kill anybody innocent. This is absolutely an obnoxious thing to do. We don't support that. But you see, if you know their psychology, they are on a revenge mission. Everybody knows the herdsmen, especially the flying herdsmen. They don't just attack people. We have been living with them for centuries. They don't attack people without any cause. So what I think government needs to do is to really bring them up together in a unison and in a holistic form, so that there is peace. And they are ready for that, because if you call them for peace, they come. It's unlike the others, like IPOP. IPOP, the government has been trying to dialogue with them. They still refuse. They are still behind creating separate states. They're secessionists.
Besides being terrorists, they're secessionists. Well, these people are not secessionists. They want peace. They call for it. In fact, they even invited a lot of media. I think Daily Trust is high time it really goes into the bush and have, although they did it in before, and the former government prevented it from airing on air. So why is government afraid of listening to these people? They just want to demonize them and give reasons to come in and divide us and cause mayhem in Nigeria and divide the tribes, like what is happening in Sudan now.
Like he's saying all of that with a very straight face. I don't know what your facial reactions were when you are watching all of that. Maybe that of horror, or alarm, or shock, or bewilderment. I don't know. Like, how did you feel? So he started off by trying to say America is coming to attack Nigeria. Let's clear that America is not coming to attack Nigeria. Because everything to Tinubu and his gang is politics. And that is why they have been planting all these short stories like America will set up a base in Port Harcourt. America will change the government of Nigeria. America is, all these things they are pushing. They are not random, they are intentional. Now, when you listen to that again, right, where Gumi was saying something about a Muslim president, every time there is a Muslim president, they always find some people to come and remove him. Now, that in itself is called kind of like a gaslighting. It's gaslighting you to make you just begin to say, if America is coming to come and remove Tinubu, me, I'm not supporting that one. I thought they said they are just coming to come and, clear all these terrorists. Yeah, that's what they're coming to do. But we won't be having this conversation if those who are trying to convince you that America is coming to attack Nigeria, if they are saying the same thing to you. So which ordinarily should have questioned their own motives. Do you get what I mean now? What is your motive? That you have become so obsessed, angry, right? That maybe this time around, something can actually be done in destroying those who are killing Nigerians. But Ogumi, saying these people are terrorists killing Nigerians is demonizing them. You understand? Like, don't say that. We talk to them. The secessionists, those ones want to break Nigeria. These ones, we talk to them, they listen to us. Then he says something about them being on revenge, right? Because when they went into the bush, they saw 5,000 bandits, terrorists, including children. And according to him, these are children who lost their parents. Who killed their parents? Who are their parents? Did Nigerian government kill their parents? Did Nigerian army kill their parents? And then they ended up in the hands of what? The Alimajiri system in Nigeria, which they have sustained for decades, every effort to try to modernize it and in a way like to reform it so that these children, abandoned children, who have access to education, have been sort of like, possibly fought against. So Alimajiri system in northern Nigeria, with all those all those affairs, right? So it's a primary breeding ground for terrorism in northern Nigeria. So who killed the parents of these children that are now terrorists killing other Nigerians? Gumi won't tell you, or Gumi will make you believe that the terrorists are redeemable. But somebody should probably give him the data. If he speaks to what's I get from Bruno, Zulum, ask Zulum if they keep record. How many repentant terrorists is the state government funding as we speak annually? They will tell you they are in their tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. He brags about that. Children that they kidnapped 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Those children they raped and put in family ways, right? They returned them back today as repentant terrorists and their family. And Nigerian government have been expending tens, hundreds of billions of naira on the project of rehabilitating terrorists. So if Gumi is talking about rehabilitation, talk to them, and the blah, There are already thousands, according to these guys, who have passed through this process, this system. But the more they pass through it, the more the terrorism escalates. And this is one of the reasons why in northern Nigeria they are doing something called Al-Qunut. Al-Qanut, how do you pronounce it? Qunut, that's a special prayer against America coming to kill Muslims. Because they are telling themselves in their mosque that America is coming to kill Muslims. Wow. Right? So that's why you're going to be seeing all these protests here and there, right? This is one of their mosques in northern Nigeria doing Al-Qunut. You know what I mean?
اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداء الدين اللهم دمر أعداء الدين اللهم دمر أعداءك وأعداء الدين واحم حوزة الدين يا رب العالمين اللهم آمنا في أوطاننا وأصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا واجعل ولايتنا في من خافك واتقاك واتبع رضاك يا رب العالمين اللهم من أرادنا وأراد الإسلام والمسلمين وأراد الإسلام والمسلمين بسوء أو مكر أو ظلم فعليك به يا رب العالمين اللهم رد كيده عليه يا رب العالمين اللهم اجعل تدبيره في تدبيره يا رب العالمين اللهم اجعل تدبيره في تدبيره يا رب العالمين اللهم ادفع الظالمين بالظالمين اللهم ادفع الظالمين بالظالمين اللهم ادفع الظالمين بالظالمين واخرجنا منهم بين ايديهم سالمين اللهم عليك بأمريكا واترم يا رب العالمين.
Let me save this time. Do you know the sad thing about that video? It's that they are doing Al-Qunut, a prayer for Muslim protections. Guess who they are praying Allah to protect them from? Donald Trump. That's the prayer. They are not praying to Allah to protect them from their brothers in arms, killing their other fellow brothers, Muslims, and other Nigerians. Like to feel that empathy and say, we pray to Allah to protect all of us, protect us from who? From Donald Trump. Inside their mosques. Outside their mosques, they are also mental, right? Like this clown.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Comrade Mohammed Ali Ringo, an ex-security expert. Securing lives and properties is my area of specialization. I want to see this very moment to call upon His Excellency, the United States of America President, Mr. Donald Trump, my good friend, to please be aware that Nigeria, we are not suffering from religiosism, tribalism. We are not persecuting Christians. We are always living together with Christians and Buddhists, Sikhs, Hindus, Taos, Maos, Confucius, Buddhists, Rastas, Satanists, and the Chantos. All these religious denominations in Nigeria, we are living peacefully with them because we are suffering from humanitarianism. Mr. Donald Trump, let me be aware that Nigeria is not Vietnam.
Now you
Nigeria
speak English.
is not Afghanistan. Nigeria is not Iraq. Nigeria
Moko speak English.
Nigeria is
I
not
find.
Venezuela. If you attempt to encourage and make aggression and send your
No English?
to Nigeria to wage war,
Burkina Faso, French.
but be aware that our mosquitoes, they are waiting for your soldiers. And
Ah,
them with malaria fever.
your president speak English, yo. Eh?
I heard
Ibrahim Traore, he speak English.
that
Eh?
Lieutenant General Troy Nduma made a
President, he speak English.
He stated that Nigerian armed
Ah,
forces
Moko, no
president. Okay.
Collaborating with bandits, which is a balanced.
Okay, Moko, eh? Okay.
I know you very well. Before you become a madman,
Okay, Moko, no president.
one chief of army staff in Nigeria. But for
Okay,
you to
Moko.
accuse
I thought they later, eh? Okay.
more especially the soldiers and our security agencies
Take care.
for conniving
Bye-bye.
and working together with Bunty is a
Okay.
blatant falsified lies. And if you are among the people that are instigating United States of America to come and wage war at Nigeria, black people are more than they are gallant. They can fight you. Thank you.
I'll move past you. You know who this guy. I swear to God, that talk, I'll move past you. I'll move past you again. I'll move past you. Ask anybody. See, you will argue this thing, but I swear to God, I'll move past you. You know, you don't see how they move before. Me again, I'll move past you. I'll move past you, you know.
So somebody just pulling around. In fact, there are some of them, by the way, that strongly believes that America is coming to fight war with them. Okay? And then in that kind of belief, they expect other Africans to join them because Nigeria is the most populous black nation on earth, as well as the